Shalom, friends. How often does the Jewish calendar think about the Roman Empire? Well, today let's find out together because I'm going to do a little holiday guide for the year 5784, which is what we just started. This is all the holidays I could think of at this moment. Judaism has, you may have noticed, a lot of holidays to wrangle. It's quite normal to be going about your day and suddenly think, wait, is it a holiday right now? In fact, that's what happened to me earlier today, September 18th, the 3rd of Tishrei. And the answer was yes. It is Tzom Gedalia, a fast day, the Jewish Red Wedding, which commemorates the unaliving of the Jewish governor of Judea in the year 582 BCE. Gedalia was breaking bread with his hosts, who also broke, guessed right, and shanked him a few times before saying,
"The king of Ammon sends his regards."
Anyway, so I hope this video will help alleviate some concerns about holiday FOMO, which in this case stands for Festival Occurrence Miscalculation. Oopsie. Let's jump in. Right now we are in the Yamim Noraim, the days of awe. Not to be confused with the days of awe, where I binge watch cute animal videos. Nope, this is the 10-day period between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur, the official hangry Jewish day of guilt and judgment, the holiest day on the Jewish calendar. It's the day upon which we are closest to God. The 25-hour fast of Yom Kippur is jam-packed with activities, including praying and not eating, praying and not drinking, all the way to praying and laying down for an anemic nap to try and distract ourselves from the gnawing emptiness inside our stomachs. Surgeon General's warning, please consult your physician before fasting. If you have a medical condition that makes it prohibitive, don't do it. Next we have Sukkot, camping in huts of dubious structural integrity while surrounded by bees week. The 7 days of Sukkot are celebrated by hanging out in a special eco-friendly structure called a sukkah, and by doing a bit of ritual choreo involving waving a special bouquet of myrtle, willow, palm fronds, and an etrog, which is almost a lemon, but not quite. And I wish it was a lemon because lemons are my favorite food. Sukkot is a wonderful holiday for those who love the great outdoors and a holiday you dread if you have allergies. And on the 6th day, God created Flonase, Shemini Atzeret, and Simchat Torah. We say goodbye to Sukkot with one final day of celebration, and we finish reading the Torah's yearly cycle. And then 2 seconds later, we start reading it all over again, because that's how we roll. A very happy festival, second only in joy to Purim, but Purim wins because it has costumes. Sigd. An Ethiopian Jewish holiday celebrated by the Beit Yisrael community. This holiday symbolizes the acceptance of the Torah. It begins as a fast day, then Ethiopian Jewish religious leaders historically ascended to a mountaintop and read from the Orit, the Ethiopian variant of the Torah. After that, there's a celebration featuring the most beautiful parasols I have ever seen. Hanukkah. Religious fundamentalism versus assimilation fried food festival, aka the Festival of Rededication, aka the Festival of Lights, or my preferred one, the Festival of Fights. If you like lighting beautiful lamps, thinking back on violent civil wars fondly, the story of Judith, and consuming donuts, this one is for you. Chag Habanot. This is a North African Jewish festival of daughters, celebrating women during Hanukkah, which makes sense because Judith, see above. The 10th of Tevet fast. Like many fast days, the name is just the date, like this one, which happens on the 10th of the month of Tevet, which is December 22nd, 2023, during which we mourn the siege of Jerusalem by King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylonia. With these sad holidays, it's usually either Babylonia or Rome. Tu Bishvat, another of the 4 Jewish New Years, although Rosh Hashanah and Tu Bishvat are really the ones that count the most nowadays and people pay attention to the most nowadays. Tu Bishvat is the birthday of the trees. This is the holiday for you if you are an ent, a stoner, or environmentally conscious, a day for recycling, although all days should be for recycling. Taanit Esther, a fast day where we emulate the behavior of iconic heroic Queen Esther, who briefly did intermittent fasting, but for the cause of prayer for the safety of the Jewish people, not for the ridiculous cause of weight loss. I'm not a fan of intermittent fasting, you may notice. Purim, aka nice try killing the Jews in Persia, but we're still very much alive and also drunk day. Purim is great for people who appreciate cosplay, revenge, and getting shit-faced while celebrating Queen Esther, the heroine who saved all of our asses. This one's for you. Shushan Purim. Don't be jealous, but Jerusalem and other ancient walled cities get their own Purim. Taanit Bechorot, aka younger sibling gloating day officially observed, aka the fast of the firstborn right before Passover. This fast commemorates the salvation of the Israelite eldest children during the 10th plague of the Exodus story, the unaliving of the firstborn. As the middle child, I never had to fast. Good job, me. Passover, aka Bread Can Get the Fuck Out Week. This holiday commemorates the exodus from Egypt and the freedom of the Israelites with a Seder, a meal and ritual recitation of our origin story with symbolic foods. This holiday may be your favorite if you don't like bread, but you do really love arguing with people online about the Prince of Egypt and telling usually the same people to stop trying to appropriate the Seder. Jesus did not have a Seder. He just didn't. The Omer. Every night from the second night of Passover to the day before Shavuot, Jews count Sefirat HaOmer. It's a practice that consists of verbally counting each of the 49 days and mystical levels between the two holidays. I personally do not like math, but in Judaism, you need to know multiples of 7 because that's what we're working with. Everything is a multiple of 7, including the Omer. Mimuna is a North African Jewish holiday celebrating the end of Passover by consuming amazing bread and pastries, and rightly so. Goodbye, matzah. Hello, bread. Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Remembrance Day. This one should be self-explanatory, unfortunately. Pesach Sheni, otherwise known as In Case You Missed It, Passover. Someone alert Rudy Giuliani, it will make him cry. Lag BaOmer, antisocial loner who hid in a cave for over a decade to escape the Romans and then emerged and then unalived people with his laser eyes. Appreciation Day. Also the midpoint of the Omer. Shavuot, overnight cheesecake binge and lactate celebration. A harvest festival that also commemorates the giving of the Torah at Mount Sinai. The 17th of Tammuz, another fast day with a date in the title. On the Gregorian calendar, it's the 24th of July. The 17th of Tammuz commemorates the breach of the walls of Jerusalem before the destruction of the Second Temple by the fucking Romans who we fucking hate. There's your answer. Fuck off, Rome. This also marks the beginning of the 3 weeks, a deeply depressing mourning period leading up to Tisha B'Av, the 9th of the month of Av, the destruction of both the first and second temples in Jerusalem, the latter again by the fucking Romans. This is the saddest day on the Hebrew calendar, and we sit on the ground and legit cry about it, so if we seem a little depressed, it's because we are. Tu B'Av, sorry you're single. Have you tried bringing your milkshake to the vineyard? Day of Love. Don't call it Jewish Valentine's Day unless you really want to make me mad. Then we have the 1st of Elul, the month in which we begin the process, well, really focus on the process, we should have begun it before, the process of Teshuvah ahead of the high holidays. And by that point, we've pretty much gone full circle and are coming back to Rosh Hashanah beginning October 2nd of 2024. And then we do it all again. I hope this answers the question of how often the Jewish calendar thinks about the Romans. And it's often and not fondly. I hope in future there will be a new holiday, the day we got our menorah back from the Vatican basement after we did our very exciting heist. So I look forward to that.